What up, what up, y'all? This is Isaiah Fowler, the founder of SWAV Eyewear and SWAV Agency, and we got another episode coming to you today, man. Today, I want to talk about the boom, right? The boom that's happening right now, the boom that's been happening for a few years now. And I'm trying to educate everybody on what's really going on about this boom, because we have an opportunity right now that we haven't had previously, right? You got to understand. Back in the days before 2000, right, the internet and social media is only like, 20 years old. So you got to understand, we're still in like the infancy stages of what's going on in this world, let alone blockchain technology, metaverse, all of this stuff, right? But we're in a boom right now. And it's my belief that direct to consumer is equivalent to the Silicon Valley, right? Direct to consumer is the new Silicon Valley. So I want you to think about this. You have a product-based business, right? I don't think you even understand how powerful having a product-based business is just yet, depending on where you at in your business, right? But check this out. Back in 2000, you had something called the dot-com boom. And then after this, it was like the tech boom, right? It was all kind of crazy stuff going on. After the internet was kind of proven as a legit business model, and it was proven to be a real thing, what started to happen? You had people investing into all these different startups that were in the technology sector of business, and investors were getting crazy returns, right? Before I would say the last 10 years, the tech industry, the tech boom was going crazy. That's what we all knew as what? Silicon Valley. We all knew about Silicon Valley as a tech area. Now, recently, I would say in the last 5 to 7 years, what started happening is, and I've read articles on this, that started kind of getting a little bit saturated, if you will, right? So investors are like, yo, we want to get a better return on our money. So then what did you start seeing? You started seeing all these product-based businesses like popping up, going from 0 to $30 million in less than 2 or 3 years. And why is that? That was because people that already had relationships inside of Silicon Valley were starting to wise up and realize that they can get a product, right? Sell it at a multiple with good margins, scale that out and sell that company. So that's what started happening. So I'm trying to let you guys know the new Silicon Valley is direct to consumer because of product-based business. Because back in the day when we had the dot-com boom, right? When we had the dot-com boom and all these investors from San Francisco was investing into all these tech companies, what was happening or what started to happen? That started to become not only saturated, but also it started becoming like arbitrage. It started becoming really vague, right? What are we investing in? What's really going on? But then when they started to understand that, oh shit, I can invest into a company that has a tangible product. That's the key, a tangible product, right? If you look at any service-based business or any software, you're going to see that the effective ones, they have some type of tangible aspect about their business to connect the two, to connect the brand, the company with the consumer. This direct-to-consumer mindset goes deeper than just a product-based business. This is why I'm so passionate about this shit, because this literally will revolutionize the way you do business, right? So think about this. A lot of these service-based businesses and softwares, they try to build communities to make the product feel tangible so that they can increase their average contract value, which is essentially the same as your lifetime value of your customer, right? They're trying to maximize the value of the customer over the long term by introducing something tangible that the customer using that software can use and leverage, and that will increase the value of the customer over time, right? But with the product-based business, you don't have to really try, because you have an actual product, and all we have to do is start figuring out how we can sell the product more, right? So I want you guys to really understand this. We got these companies like Away, Bonobos, Snow, Native deodorant, right? Movement watches. All these companies, they had a product. They all basically have the same kind of story. They found somebody who can invest millions and millions of dollars in the company. They run advertising on social media. They get to a point where they're spending $500,000 a month on advertising. They scale extremely fast, and then they exit, right? The investors, they at the end of it, when they exit their company, they may only own 20%, 15%, 30% of their company, and 30% is being real generous depending on how much money you're going to raise. But the thing about it is, at the end of it, if they exit in a company for $115 million, would you take 20% of $115 million? You see what I'm saying? And then what they be doing is they don't even be selling the whole company, or they'll stay on as a consultant for 2 years or something like that, so the company can stay successful, and it's kind of like a changeover, right? When I was in the military, I was a cop, and I remember when we switched shifts, we had something called changeover, right? Whenever there was a change of command, you had a changeover. And so the person that was managing that base, that squadron, that group, that flight, whatever it is, they have to stay for a period of time so that they can train the new person coming on, so that there's no lag, right? And so that's what goes on when people sell companies. They stay on as a consultant for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and then that 3 years is the changeover period so that the buyer of the company can understand how this company is ran, right? But I'm trying to tell y'all that the new Silicon Valley is direct to consumer. I've been seeing this for the past few years. Literally, people with these ideas, they prove their concept, they make 50 grand, 100 grand or something like that. Then they find capital, right? They have relationships. Somebody invests 100,000, 80,000, 2 million, 5 million, depending on their relationships. And then they take that amount and then they just go running on ads. And it's not that simple, because there is a lot of different things you need to understand, which is why I created the workbook. That's why I created certain things like this workbook so that people can understand it's way deeper than that. But at the end of the day, it's simple, but it's not easy, right? In theory, it's very simple, but it's not easy to do this same thing for the next 7 years of your life so that you can get a check for 35 million. But I want to ask you, right? Would you sit here and focus for 5 years so that you can get a check for $95 million? Would you? I want you to think about this. This is why direct-to-consumer is so powerful. This is literally why direct-to-consumer is so powerful. Once you have a product that's tangible, people aren't skeptical of doing business with you because they know they're going to get an actual product. It's harder with a service-based business to let people know what they're getting when it's a service, because a lot of people, they need something physical. That's why I love product-based business, because I feel like product-based businesses is the truest form of business, because it's about learning. All products are inanimate objects. Products don't have personalities. Products don't have, they just sit there. But it's up to the entrepreneur's vision, and it's up to the entrepreneur's mindset, and it's up to the entrepreneur's creativity to brand that inanimate object, to make it something and give it value, right? And the only way that these products are going to increase in value is going to be predicated on you, how you brand a product, how you brand a company, how you sell it, how you show it, how you present it, the story around it, all of these different things. All of these different things. But I want you to really, really, really understand what I'm saying. We had Silicon Valley. I want you to think about this. Back in the day, 15 years ago, we knew Silicon Valley as a tech. We knew Silicon Valley as tech. But now, if you really do your research, a lot of those same VCs are investing in product-based businesses that can scale. That's what they're doing. The new Silicon Valley is direct to consumer. If you have a product-based business and it's doing a couple $100,000 a year, right? You have a proof of concept. All we need to do is tweak the business. All we need to do is dig deeper into the brand. All we need to do is look at the back end of your business, figure out what we need to do. At a certain point, you're going to need some growth capital. I did an episode about the growth capital, right? And then from there, you're going to be good, right? But this is very tangible for anybody that has a product-based business if you're up to the challenge. It's not easy, but at the end of the day, it's very, very, very doable. You have a better likelihood of growing your company, getting it to a certain point, taking on investors or getting investment, growing it to the point where it's starting to scale. Remember, growth and scale are two completely different things. I did an episode on that as well, right? And then getting that to a point where you can exit. That's how the game goes. You have a better chance doing that than hitting the lottery. You are your own fucking lottery. I want you to understand that. I want you to know that. You are your own lottery. The new Silicon Valley is direct to consumer. If you keep your faith, if you stay focused, if you stay tunnel vision, and you grow your product-based business, if you have strategy, you will be in a position one day to need investment. And in this investment, an investor's not going to invest $500,000, $1 million into your business and not expect something and not want to get an exit, because they're going to want to cash out their investment. You are the value. And if you could fully understand and see exactly what I'm saying, your life will never be the same. And you will understand why direct to consumer is so powerful. Because also, when investors are investing in the businesses, if you're too heavy wholesale, they're going to be like, damn, it's not as valuable. But if you're all 100% direct to consumer, they're going to love you. And the value that your company has is going to be far greater than the company that's doing wholesale. If you are doing wholesale and they invest in your company, they're going to take more equity because they know that they're going to have to work harder because they're going to have to figure out the whole direct to consumer for your business. I'm trying to tell y'all, direct to consumer is the GOAT. There's nothing better than direct to consumer. And over time, we're going to continue to see that over time, because that's just what it is. The internet is leveling the playing field. There's literally no more middleman. Stop worrying about these middlemen, right? Stop worrying about these stores. Go direct to consumer. Build your community. Build your customer base. Offer them new products. Serve them, right? Build a relationship with them. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So the new Silicon Valley is direct to consumer. And you could take this or you cannot, but I'm trying to tell you that this is what's going on right now in the world of business. All right. So if you want, grab this right here. This is a playbook I made for direct to consumer brands. Strategize with a vision. You need strategy. You need to be thinking about something. When you focus on your strategy, you create a vision. When you create a vision, you create direction. And when you have direction, you know where to go, right? Or if you want to do a one-on-one strategic intensive with me, which is a 3-hour session, you can click the link in the description and you can book a discovery call and we can make that happen. But this direct to consumer stuff is no lie. It's not a game. This is real. So if you're ready, click the link in the description and I'm going to see y'all on the next episode. Everything starts with a vision. Peace.